I arrived in LA a few days ago and it has nothing to do with the picture I had in mind. Of course LA, it is the sand, the sea, the beach, Santa Monica, Venice, Beverly Hills, Hollywood. Okay, that was the commercial point of view. Now let's have a look at what LA really is. Take Venice Beach for example. There are 1,000 homeless living in and around in a place where the cheapest house is about $1.5 million. The atmosphere is quite unreal. Another great example is Hollywood. The population of homeless rose from 800 in 2016 to 1,600 in 2017, making it the second largest community in Los Angeles. And finally the Skid Row in downtown LA. 4,000 people are living in the street in this area, which is probably the worst, the most violent and the most dangerous of the city.
I wonder why they know that nigga. Why don't you take a fucking jacket?
I just passed through Skid Row and it's really impressive to see how many people are in the streets and the conditions they live in. For how long have you been living in the streets here in Los Angeles?
In Los Angeles from 2004. But exactly for a street, you know, from 2000, close to 2005, close to.
What did you do before living in the street?
I have a job, apartment, you know, I live, you know, I by myself.
Is it difficult to be a woman living in the streets?
Too hard. You know, before was nice, quiet, you know, but now, you know, too terrible, too dangerous. God bless you. Have a good day. Yeah, it's good.
This map shows the location of the homeless people in the city of Los Angeles, and as you can see, they are all over it. In a recent study, the Institute LASA revealed that in the county of Los Angeles, between 2010 and 2017, the number of homeless people rose from 38,000 people to 55,000. It is an increase of 42%. In the city of Los Angeles, 31,000 people are experiencing homelessness. 22,000 of them are unsheltered, while the other part, 8,000, are sleeping in cars, tents, and shelters. The biggest problem is that the number of people living in the street for the first time is rising every year. In 2017, there were about 9,000 people. The first question that came to my mind is, who are those people? There is a kind of misconception about where homeless come from in Los Angeles. What is quite impressive is that 75% of those people were living in Los Angeles before, and 65% of them have been living in Los Angeles for about 20 years. Only 1% of people living in the street are directly from other countries.
My family came from East LA, that's where they live. They live around there, East Side, East LA.
I was born, well, I'm not sure. I think I was born in the sand right over there, unless I was the Woodstock guy.
The majority of homeless people are Black Americans, about 12,000 of them. Then comes the Hispanic, who are about 10,000. Then white people, that are 7,000. And then small minorities such as Asians or natives. 67% of homeless people are men, and more than half of them are between 24 and 55 years old. So how people become homeless? There are 1,000 reasons why people finish in the streets, but there are reasons that are more common than others. Almost half of the people that became homeless for the first time this year said it was because they lost their job, or they didn't have enough financial resources. The past 20 years, the rent in LA rose from 32%, but the salary of renters decreased by 3%. So a lot of people are one injury away or one job loss away from being homeless. There is a lack of social housing and affordable housing in the city of Los Angeles, which makes it really difficult for low-income people.
The rent was too high where I was living and too many rules.
There is also a huge number of mentally and physically ill people in the streets of Los Angeles. In 2018, there were about 19,000. As there is no social security in the US, these people have difficulties earning money and they end up being in the streets. More than 6,000 people, which is about 6% of the homeless people in Los Angeles, are there because they flee domestic violence. One interesting fact is that there is also 2,000 veterans living in the streets of Los Angeles. that became homeless after coming back.
Hi, my name is Henry Fairchild. I'm a U.S. vet, 9 years, Air Force. The last 3 years I've been walking the United States.
And I went to Mississippi, and I went to all of Texas, and I came back here because I like the sunshine.
That's why the homeless problem in LA is pretty extreme because of the weather.
Finally, there is a lot of other reasons why people become homeless, such as getting out of foster care, substance use, getting out of prison, or just not enough family ties. Some of the people are very comprehensive about the situation, as it can happen to anyone from one day to another. But the majority of people are discriminating homeless because they don't fit in the nice picture of Los Angeles.
You gotta be aware when you're walking up the top of the ladder that you don't step on a lot of people, because if you fall, you gotta meet those same people eventually. So it's best if we treat each other with kindness and sympathy, because you never know.
Exactly.
1 minute you could be up, the next you could be down.
The County of Los Angeles and various NGOs are trying to improve the situation. Next week we'll have a look at some projects and ideas that are happening here. Okay, thank you for watching the video. I hope you liked it. Like it, share it, subscribe to the channel, and leave comments below if you have any questions or any comments. Bye. Excuse me, could I use your toilet 1 second? Okay. Fuck Subway.